Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter 7, ratio and proportion. Now, to get the answer, what is ratio, clear, let us consider one example. Suppose A is a person and B is another person. Now, let the salary of person A is rupees 10,000 and salary of person B is rupees 30,000. Now you have to compare, or we have to compare the salaries of these two persons. So how can we compare the salaries of these two persons? So one method is we can compare these two salaries in this way. B minus A is equal to rupees 20,000. So we can say that salary of person B is 20,000 more than the salary of person A. So this is one method to compare these two quantity. This is called difference method. Now another method is we can compare the salary of these two persons in this way also. Salary of B by salary of A is equal to 30,000 divided by 10,000. So it will be B by A is equal to 3. That is B is equal to 3 times A. So we can say that salary of person B is 3 times the salary of person A. So this is also one method to compare salary of these two persons. So this fractional method is known as ratio. So I think you have got the meaning of ratio. Ratio is a method of comparing two quantities. Later we will see that it is also used to compare three quantities also, or more than three quantities also. So ratio is a method of comparing two quantities, but the condition is these two quantities must be of same kind and must have same unit. So here we have compared salary with salaries. Clear? So to compare two quantities, both quantities must be of same kind. We cannot compare the weight of this person with the salary of this person, or we cannot compare the weight of this person with the height of this person. Clear? So ratio is a method of comparing two or more quantities, clear, of same kind and having same unit. So let us write the definition of ratio. Now we are able to define the ratio. So definition of ratio. What is ratio? So it is a method. It is a method of comparing. It is a method of comparing two or more quantities. Two or more quantities of same kind and having same unit. Ratio of A and B is denoted by A is to B and equal to A by B. So therefore A is to B is equal to A by B. This fraction is called ratio of A is to B. Now here A and B are called terms of ratio. Here A and B are called terms of ratio. A is called first term and B is called second term of ratio. First term is also called antecedent, and second term is also called consequent. So ratio of A and B is denoted by A is to B and equal to A by B. Now for example, suppose A is 40 minutes and B is 1 hour 20 minutes. Now we have to compare these two times. So first of all, what is the condition for comparing the two quantities? They must be of same kind. So here both quantities are of same kind. A is also time, B is also time. And the second condition is they must have same unit. So here unit are not same. Here the unit of this time is minute and unit of this time is hour and minute. So we have to convert both in same unit. So it is 40 minutes. Now convert this in minute. So 1 hour means what? 60 minutes and plus 20 minutes. So it will be 80 minutes. So what is the ratio of A is to B? So it will be equal to A by B. That is, it is 40 minute by 80 minute. Now minute cancel. So we are getting what? 1 by 2. So this is equal to 1 is to 2. So ratio of these two time is 1 is to 2. So this is the meaning of ratio of two quantities. I have discussed here ratio of two quantities. In the same way you can discuss the ratio of three or more quantities. Now we are going to interpret ratio. Clear? What is the interpretation of given ratio? Clear? So let us discuss the next point. Interpretation of ratio. Let us discuss the next point, interpretation of ratio. Interpretation of ratio. Now suppose let A is to B is given 2 is to 5. Suppose A is to B is given 2 is to 5. So how can we interpret this ratio? Clear? Let us suppose that A and B are salaries. Clear? Of two persons. So ratio gives the relative values of two quantities. It does not give the exact value of two quantities. Again I am repeating, ratio gives a relative value of two quantities. What does it mean? Suppose this is the ratio of salaries of two persons. So what does it mean? It means if salary of person A is rupees 2, then salary of person B will be rupees 5. If salaries of person A is rupees 4, then salary of person B will be rupees 10. If salary of person A is rupees 20, clear? So salary of B will be rupees 50, multiplying it by 10. So ratio gives the relative values of quantities. It does not gives the exact value of quantities. So what is the exact salary of A? We cannot tell. What is the exact salary of B? We cannot tell. Only we can tell the relative values. Clear? So if it is given that A is to be equal to 2:5, so we cannot write A equal to 2 and B equal to 5. Clear? This is wrong. Clear? It is the relative value. If A is 2, then B will be 5. But we are not knowing the value of A, so how can we find the value of B? If value of A is 2, then value of B will be 5. And since we are not knowing the exact value of A, so we cannot find the exact value of B also. So if A is to B is equal to 2:5, so you cannot write A equal to 2 and B equal to 5. This will be wrong. So how can we interpret this? So we can interpret this one in this way. If value of A is 2k, if value of A is 2k, then value of B will be 5k, where k is any real number, where k is any real number, where k is any real number. So if A and B is given, A is to B is given, clear? So we cannot find the exact value of A and B. We can write the relative value of A and B. So if I write A equal to 2k, then B will be 5k. And what is k? K is any real number. Now to get the exact value of A and B, clear? Some other information about A and B will be given. To get k, to get exact value of A and B, clear? One more information about A and B will be given. Then only we can find the exact value of A and B. Now we are going to discuss properties of ratio. Properties of ratio. So next point we are going to discuss properties of ratio. Properties of ratio. So first property 1, first property. For ratio to be defined, the quantities must be of same kind. For ratio to be defined, the quantities must be of same kind and of same unit. Clear? We cannot compare weight of one person with the salary of other person. Clear? We cannot compare weight with height. It is not meaningful. Clear? How can you compare my weight with my height? Clear? Or can you compare my weight with my salary? It is totally meaningless. Clear? It is not significant. So that's why ratio to be defined, the quantities must be of same kind and same unit. Weight can be compared with weight, salary can be compared with salary, height can be compared with height only. Clear? And also both quantity must have same unit. If you are comparing two length, so both length must have same unit. Clear? One length is in meter and other length is in centimeter. So to compare these two, to find the ratio of these two, unit of both quantity must be same. Either both must have meter or both must have unit centimeter. Now the second property. Property 2. Property 2. Now ratio is unitless. Unitless. That is a pure number. A pure number. It is a number. It is a number. So it is just by simple observation. A is to B means what? A by B. Now since A and B are having same unit, so unit will be cancelled from numerator and denominator. So ultimately here you will get only number. You will get here only a number without unit. So that's why ratio is unitless. Now property 3. When terms of ratio are multiplied or divided by same number, then ratio does not change. Ratio does not change. For example, suppose a ratio A is to B is given, so it is equal to A by B. Now if each term is multiplied by same number, suppose we are multiplying each term by same number. Clear? Suppose we are multiplying both term by 2, so 2A by 2B. Clear? So these two ratios are same. Now if it is multiplied by 3, so 3A by 3B. Clear? So all these ratios are same. Now, and the fourth property. Now this property is used during calculation when each terms of a ratio is multiplied with same number, then ratio does not change. Now fourth property, clear? For ratio order of term is important. So what does it mean? If I will say that ratio of A and B, so in the sentence A is given first and B is given next. Clear? So its ratio will be A is to B. That is A by B. And suppose it is written that ratio of B and A. So here B is given first and A is given next. Clear? So it will be B is to A. That is B by A. So in the ratio, order is important. So in question, be careful. What order is given in the question? If it is given A and B, then ratio will be A is to B. If it is given that B and A, then ratio will be B is to A. And of course A is to B, is not equal to B is to A. These two ratios are not equal. Clear? So these are the four properties of ratio. Now we are going to discuss some remarkable point. Clear? That you have to note. So note down the some remarkable point. Note. First point, ratio is always expressed in simplest form. Clear? Ratio is always expressed into simplest terms. For example, if A is to B is equal to 2:6. Clear? So it can be written as or 12:16. So it can be written as 12/16. Now this terms of this ratio is not simplest. Clear? These two terms has common factor. Clear? And that common factor is 4. So it can be written as 4 3s and 4 4s. Now these two terms are simplest. Simplest means what? These two terms have no common factor, or you can say that these two terms are co-prime of each other. Clear? So 3:4 is the simplest form of this ratio. So always ratio is expressed in simplest form. Don't leave answer up to here. Clear? If you are getting ratio 12:16, then write it is equal to 3:4. Now second point is now the second point is if terms of ratio are given in fraction, then convert it into whole number. Suppose it is given that A is to be equal to 2/5 is to 3/4. Suppose this one is given to you. 2/5 is to 3/4. So here ratio of two quantities are given in fraction form. Here these are the terms of ratio, so these are given in fraction form. So always convert the fractional term into whole number. It will be convenient for you to solve the question. Clear? So to make it whole number, clear? Multiply both the terms by the LCM of denominator. Here LCM of denominator is LCM of 5 and 4. 5 and 4 is equal to 20. Clear? So multiply each term by 20. 2/5 into 20 is to 3/4 into 20. And just we have read into a property that if each term is multiplied by same number, ratio does not change. So these two ratio will be same. Now 5 4s and here 4 5s. So 2 4s 8 is to 15. Clear? So these two ratios are same, equal. So always convert the fractional ratio into whole number. It will be convenient for you to solve the question. And the third important point is express ratio in the same format given in the question. Express ratio in same format as given in question. So what do I want to say? Suppose in the question it is said that find the value of a by b. Suppose in the question it is written that find the value of a by b. Clear? So you can write answer in this form 4 by 5. Suppose you are getting value of a by b is 4 by 5. Clear? So if in the question it is written that find the value of a by b, then you can write answer 4 by 5. But in the same question if it is asked that find the value of a is to b, in the same question if it is written that find the value of a is to b, so here we have to find a is to b. So if you write answer in this form 4 by 5, so according to ICSE rule it will be wrong. Clear? So whatever will be the format of the ratio given, you should write the answer in the same format. So here you should write 4 is to 5, then it will be correct. So whatever format is given in the question, you have to write answer in the same format. Clear? And this is for ICSE. Clear? It is compulsory. So today we have discussed ratio and proportion. Now I am going to discuss some question based on today's concept. So let us solve some question. Write a question. Question 1. If A is to B, if A is to B equal to 5 is to 3, find 5A plus 8B is to 6A minus 7B. Clear? So if A is to B equal to 5 is to 3, find 5A plus 8B is to 6A minus 7B. Clear? So solution. Now this question can be solved by different method. Clear? So one method is A is to B is equal to 5 is to 3. So what is its interpretation? Its interpretation is if A is equal to 5K, then B will be 3K. This is the interpretation of this ratio. Now we have to find the value of 5A plus 8B is to 6A minus 7B. So it can be written as 5A plus 8B divided by 6A minus 7B. Now put the value of A and B. So 5A is given 5K plus 8B is given 3K divided by 6 into 5K minus 7 into 3K. So it will be 25K and plus 84K. So 25K and plus 84K, it will be 49K divided by 6 5 is 30K and minus 7 3 is 21K. So 30K minus 21K. So it will be 9K. Now KK cancels, so it will be 49 is to 9. Clear? Now we are getting 49 by 9. Now we cannot leave answer up to here. We cannot leave answer up to here because here it is asked that find the ratio of this is to this. So what I have said, whatever format is given in the question, you have to write answer in the same format. So if you leave the answer up to here, no mark will be given for the answer. Please be careful at this stage. Whatever format is given in the question, your answer must be in the same format according to ICSE rule. So your final answer will be 49 is to 9. This will be the correct answer. So this is the final answer. This is not the final answer. This is the final answer. Now you can solve this question by other method also. I think this is the simplest method. Now let us solve one more question. Let us solve one more question. If m plus n by m plus 3n is equal to 2 by 3, then find 2n square divided by 3m square plus m into n. We have to find this value. So solution is, given ratio is m plus n divided by m plus 3n is equal to 2 by 3. Clear? So first of all simplify this ratio. Clear? So we can simplify this is cross multiply. 3m plus 3n is equal to 2m plus 6n. Now or 3m minus 2m, so it will be m is equal to, and 6n minus 3n, so it will be 3n. Clear? So we can write it as m by n is equal to 3 by 1. So what is the interpretation of this ratio? Therefore if m is equal to 3k, then n will be equal to 1k, that is k. If m is 3k, then n will be k. Don't write in this way, m equal to 3 and n equal to 1. Using this also you can get correct answer. If you use this one also, you will get the correct answer, but you will not be given mark. Clear? So this is wrong. If m equal to 3k, n must be equal to k. Now we have to find the value of this one. 2n square by 3m square plus m into n. So put the value of n here. Value of n is k, so 2 times k square by 3 times, and value of m is 3k. So put here 3k square plus m is 3k and n is k. So it will be equal to 2 times k square by 9k square and plus 3, it is 27k square and plus 3k square. So we are getting 2k square by 30k square. Clear? So answer is k square cancels, it will be 1 by 15. Now here you can leave answer up to here, because question is given in this format. Clear? In fractional format. So answer also will be in fractional format. So this is the correct answer. Here it is not necessary to write. 1:15. Clear? Whatever format is given, leave the answer in that format only. Clear? So here I have tried to explain today's concept with the help of these two questions. More questions we will solve in exercise. So thank you.